Hey, you, little short one in the middle. I like you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't she cute?
Yeah. Oh, she's adorable. Shit. What's her name?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the IQ Factory. Today we're diving into a fun topic, flirting. But not just any flirting. We're talking about how to flirt without sounding dirty. So let's get right into it. Tip number 1, compliment uniquely. Let's dive deep into why this is such a powerful way to flirt and how you can do it effectively. First off, everyone loves a good compliment, right? But here's the catch. Generic compliments can sometimes feel empty or insincere. You know, the usual ones. You have a nice smile, or you're really pretty. While there's nothing wrong with these, they don't really set you apart from the crowd. So how do we elevate this to the next level? Imagine this, you're at a coffee shop and you notice someone reading a book you adore. Instead of the typical compliment, lean in and say, I see you're reading. That's one of my favorites. What do you think of it so far? This not only shows that you're observant, but also opens the door for a deeper conversation about a common interest. But let's talk about the art of specificity. The more detailed your compliment, the more impactful it will be. Instead of complimenting someone's outfit in general, focus on a particular item. For example, that jacket is really unique. Where did you get it? This shows you're genuinely interested in them and not just throwing out a one-liner. Here's a little challenge for you, viewers. The next time you're out and about, try to notice something specific about someone and give them a unique compliment. It could be about their shoes, their choice of accessory, or even how they styled their hair. Post your experiences in the comments below. We love to hear about it. Let's not forget about the power of compliments in the digital world. If you're connecting with someone online, make sure to personalize your compliments. Instead of just saying, you look great in your photos, try something like, your profile picture is stunning. That location looks amazing. Is it somewhere you often visit? This not only shows that you've taken the time to look at their profile, but also invites them to share more about themselves. I remember a time when I complimented a friend at a party on her unique sense of style. I said, that dress is so vibrant. It really matches your energetic personality. She lit up and shared how she loves to mix and match colors. It led to a fun conversation about fashion and personal expression, and we ended up bonding over our shared love for thrift shopping. Now, let's talk about timing and delivery. Compliments can be really powerful, but they need to be delivered at the right moment. When you notice something about someone, don't wait too long to mention it. The longer you wait, the less genuine it may come off. Here's where you can get involved. If you're comfortable, share in the comments a unique compliment you've given or received. What made it special? How did the person react? And remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Your tone of voice, body language, and even your facial expressions play a big role in how your compliment is received. Be enthusiastic. A warm smile and genuine eye contact can make your words resonate much more. By using unique compliments, you're not just flirting. You're also building a connection. You're showing that you see the person for who they are, and that's incredibly attractive. So keep practicing those unique compliments and watch as your flirting game levels up. Now let's move on to the next tip. Next up, tip 2, use humor. Laughter is a powerful tool in flirting, and it can create a relaxed, enjoyable atmosphere. But let's dive deeper into how to do it effectively. First, think about the types of humor that resonate with you. Are you more of a witty one-liner person, or do you prefer playful banter? Understanding your humor style can help you connect with others. Imagine you're chatting with someone new. A lighthearted joke or a playful tease can break the ice instantly. For example, if you're at a coffee shop and they order something quirky, you might say, wow, that's a bold choice. Are you trying to impress me with your adventurous palate? This kind of playful comment shows you're engaging with them while keeping things fun. But remember, the key is to keep it kind-hearted. Avoid sarcasm or jokes that could be misinterpreted, especially in the early stages of getting to know someone. Instead, aim for humor that brings a smile without putting anyone down. If you're unsure, test the waters with something simple. You could say, I tried to make pancakes this morning, but let's just say the smoke alarm and I became very good friends. Sharing a funny mishap can make you seem relatable and approachable. Now let's talk about light teasing. This can be a fantastic way to flirt, but it's essential to strike the right balance. If they mention a favorite movie that you think is cheesy, you might say, really? That movie? I didn't know you had such unique tastes. The key here is to say it with a smile and a lighthearted tone, showing that you're joking. If they laugh, you know you're on the right track. Another great way to use humor is through playful challenges. If you're both into a shared interest, like a sport or a game, you can say, I bet I can beat you at insert game here. Loser buys coffee. This not only introduces a fun, competitive element, but also gives you an excuse to spend more time together. Additionally, consider using funny observations about your surroundings. If you're at a party and notice something amusing, like a dog trying to steal food from a table, you could say, looks like that dog is living its best life. If only I could be that carefree. This not only lightens the mood, but also shows your ability to enjoy the moment. It's also important to share your own funny stories. Maybe you have an embarrassing moment from your past that you can laugh about now. Sharing these stories not only makes you relatable, but also invites them to share their own experiences, deepening your connection. You might say, I once tried to impress someone by cooking dinner. Let's just say the fire department knows my apartment well. This kind of vulnerability can be endearing and creates a bond through shared laughter. Now, if you're feeling particularly bold, you can use puns or wordplay. They can be cheesy, but that's often the charm. For example, if you're in a bakery, you might say, are you a pastry? Because you're looking pretty sweet today. It's light, fun, and usually gets a smile. Just be aware of your audience. Not everyone appreciates puns, so gauge the reaction and adapt accordingly. Another tip is to incorporate humor into your texting. If you've exchanged numbers, try sending a funny meme or a lighthearted joke. It shows you're thinking of them and adds a playful tone to your conversation. For instance, you might send a meme about how you're both professionals at avoiding adult responsibilities. This kind of humor can keep the conversation going and make them look forward to your messages. As we wrap up this segment, remember that humor is all about timing and delivery. Pay attention to their reactions. If they're laughing and engaging, you're doing great. If they seem unsure, it's okay to adjust your approach. The goal is to create a fun, relaxed environment where both of you can enjoy each other's company. So, to recap, using humor in flirting is about being playful, kind-hearted, and relatable. Light teasing, sharing funny stories, and making playful observations can all help you connect. Just remember to keep it fun and respectful, and watch as your conversations become more engaging and enjoyable. With the right touch of humor, you'll not only flirt effectively, but also build a genuine connection that could lead to something more. Tip 3. Ask open-ended questions. This is a fantastic way to show genuine interest in someone and keep the conversation flowing. Instead of just asking, did you have a good weekend? Try something like, what's your favorite place to travel and why? This invites them to share more about themselves and opens the door for deeper conversations. Open-ended questions encourage storytelling, which is a great way to connect. Think about it. When was the last time you had a really engaging chat with someone? Chances are it involved a good back and forth where you both felt heard and understood. That's the power of open-ended questions. They make the other person feel valued and encourage them to open up. So what distinguishes an open-ended question from a closed-ended one? Closed-ended questions typically elicit simple one-word or short phrase answers. For example, asking, where are you from? Or did you have a good day? Doesn't give much room for elaboration. In contrast, open-ended questions prompt longer, more detailed responses. Instead of, did you like the movie? You could ask, what was the best part of the movie for you? This invites them to share their thoughts and feelings, creating a more engaging dialogue. Now let's dive into some specific examples of open-ended questions you can use when flirting. These are perfect whether you're chatting in person or getting to know someone online. When do you feel flowy? Or have you come out of an OCD panic? For instance, you might start with travel questions. What's your favorite place you've ever traveled to? And what do you love most about it? Or if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? These kinds of questions not only allow the person to share their experiences, but also give you a glimpse into their interests and passions. You can also explore hobbies or activities. Ask, what are some of your favorite hobbies? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Or I noticed you mentioned you're really into a specific hobby. What got you interested in that? This not only shows that you're paying attention, but also invites a deeper conversation about something they're passionate about. Now let's shift gears a bit. Hypothetical questions can spark interesting discussions as well. Try asking, if you won the lottery tomorrow, what's the first thing you'd do? Or, if you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be and why? These types of questions encourage creativity and can lead to some fun, lighthearted banter. Another effective strategy is to ask about their preferences. For example, what kind of music are you really into these days? Or what's your favorite type of cuisine? Not only do these questions invite them to share their tastes, but they also provide natural opportunities for follow-up questions. If they mention a favorite band, you could ask what their favorite concert experience was like. Speaking of follow-ups, this is where active listening comes into play. When they respond to your questions, be sure to listen attentively and ask follow-up questions based on their answers. If they mention a memorable trip, you might say, that sounds amazing. What was the most unexpected thing that happened during your trip? This shows you're genuinely interested in what they have to say and keeps the conversation flowing naturally. And let's not forget the power of sharing your own experiences. Flirting is about establishing a connection. So when they share something, relate it back to your own experiences. If they talk about their love for hiking, you can say, I love hiking too. My favorite trail is blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite hiking spot? This creates a back and forth exchange that feels organic and engaging. As you navigate the conversation, be mindful of the tone and content of your questions. While it's great to ask about their dreams or aspirations, ensure you keep the mood light. Questions like, what's a life lesson you've learned that really shaped who you are? Can lead to deeper discussions, but gauge the moment to see if it feels appropriate. If the vibe is light and fun, you might want to stick to more playful topics. Incorporating humor into your questions can also keep the atmosphere relaxed. For instance, you might ask, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Followed by, and yes, pizza counts as a food group. This adds a playful twist that encourages laughter and keeps the conversation enjoyable. The current body language plays a crucial role in how your questions are received. Maintain eye contact and nod to show you're engaged. This nonverbal communication reinforces your interests and encourages the other person to open up even more. If they see you're genuinely listening, they'll feel more comfortable sharing their thoughts. As you ask these open-ended questions, remember that the goal is not to bombard them with inquiries, but to create an ongoing dialogue. Keep the exchange organic and let the conversation flow naturally. Pay attention to their comfort level. If they seem hesitant to answer a particular question, it's perfectly okay to pivot to a different topic. You might also want to explore their passions by asking what's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet. This not only gives them a chance to share their aspirations, but can also reveal shared interests. If they mention wanting to try rock climbing, you could say, "That sounds exciting. I've always wanted to give it a shot too." Lastly, don't be afraid to share your own thoughts and experiences. Flirting is about finding balance. Let them get to know you too. If they share a favorite movie, feel free to respond with your own favorite and why it resonates with you. This reciprocal sharing fosters a connection that can lead to more meaningful interaction. Let me just say at the bottom of the page, it says, so to wrap it up, asking open-ended questions is a powerful tool in flirting. By showing genuine interest, encouraging conversation, and maintaining an authentic flow, you're well on your way to making a lasting impression. The next time you find yourself chatting with someone you're interested in, remember that open-ended questions can help you uncover shared interests and create a fun, engaging atmosphere. Ready to put this into practice? I can't wait to hear how it goes for you. Moving on to tip 4, find common interests. This is one of the most effective ways to create a natural connection when flirting. When you discover shared hobbies or passions, it not only makes conversations more enjoyable, but also deepens your bond. Think about how exciting it is to meet someone who shares your enthusiasm for something you love. For instance, if you both enjoy a particular TV show, you can dive into discussions about your favorite characters, plot twists, or even fan theories. You might say, "Did you see the latest episode of show name? I can't believe that twist with maybe. I can't believe that twist with what do you think is going to happen next?" This not only shows your interest in their opinions, but also opens the floor for a lively discussion. Music is another fantastic topic to explore. If you find out they love a genre you enjoy, ask them about their favorite artists or concerts. You could say something like, "I saw you have a poster of band name. I love their music. What's your favorite song of theirs?" This creates an opportunity to share personal experiences relating to concerts or memorable songs, which can lead to deeper conversations. When discussing hobbies, you could share your own interests first, creating space for them to reciprocate. For example, if you're into hiking, you might say, "I just got back from an amazing hike at the location. The views were stunning. Do you enjoy hiking as well?" This not only invites them to share their interest, but also allows you to share your own interests first. Asking about favorite books or movies can also spark engaging conversations. You could ask, what's the last book you read that really resonated with you? Or if you could recommend one movie to someone, what would it be and why? These questions encourage them to share personal stories and opinions, which can reveal a lot about their personality. If you're at a social event, observe what they're drawn to. If they're excited about a particular game being played or a type of food available, use that to your advantage. For example, if they're talking about a certain dish, you might say, I've never tried that before. How would you describe it? This not only shows your interest in their tastes, but also sets the stage for more in dining experiences. When you are at your most yourself, you will get the best responses. Remember, finding common interests isn't just about asking questions. It's also about actively listening and engaging with their responses. When they mention something they enjoy, follow up with related questions or share your own experiences. This back and forth exchange keeps the conversation lively and helps both of you feel more connected. Another great approach is to share lighthearted opinions or playful debates about topics you both enjoy. For instance, if you both like superhero movies, you might say, okay, but who do you think is the best superhero of all time? I'm team, but I'd love to hear your take. This playful challenge not only makes the conversation fun, but also allows you to see how they think and what they value. Don't forget to encourage them to share their experiences as well. If they mention a hobby, you could ask, how did you get into that? What do you love most about it? This shows you're genuinely interested in their journey and gives them the chance to open up about something they're passionate about. Using shared interests as a foundation can lead to future plans together. If you discover a mutual love for a certain band or type of cuisine, you could suggest going to a concert or trying a new restaurant together. A simple, we should totally check out when they come to town, can be a smooth way to transition from chatting to making plans, enhancing that flirtatious vibe. In addition to hobbies and entertainment, consider discussing lifestyle choices or aspirations. Questions like, what's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? Can lead to fascinating conversations about dreams and ambitions. This not only reveals more about their personality, but also allows you to find common ground in your goals. As you navigate these conversations, be mindful of their reactions. If you sense excitement when they talk about a particular topic, dive deeper. On the flip side, if they seem less enthusiastic about something, gracefully shift to another subject. The goal is to keep the energy positive and engaging. Finally, don't underestimate the power of humor when discussing interests. Playful banter about favorite movies, like joking about a guilty pleasure film, can lighten the mood and create a fun atmosphere. You might say, I have a secret. My guilty pleasure is so bad it's good. What's yours? This not only encourages laughter, but also invites them to share something personal. So to wrap up this segment, finding common interests is a key strategy in flirting that fosters connection and makes conversations much more enjoyable. Whether it's discussing your favorite shows, books, or hobbies, these shared moments can lead to deeper discussions and create a more relaxed, flirty atmosphere. The more you can connect over what you both love, the easier it will be to build rapport and keep the conversation flowing. Now, let's move on to our next tip. Tip 5 is all about playfully challenging them. Engaging in a little friendly competition can really spice up your interactions and create a fun, flirty atmosphere. Think about it. When you challenge someone in a lighthearted way, It not only breaks the ice, but also opens the door for deeper connections. You might suggest a game of trivia or even a quick round of a silly quiz. For example, you could say, I bet I can name more 80s movies than you can in 1 minute. This playful banter encourages laughter and a bit of friendly rivalry, making your time together more memorable. But it doesn't have to stop at trivia. You could challenge them to a playful debate about something trivial, like whether pineapple belongs on pizza. This not only sparks a fun conversation, but also lets you see their personality in action. Just remember to keep the tone light and playful. The goal is to have fun, not to create tension or discomfort. As you engage in these playful challenges, keep the energy upbeat. If they win, you could say something like, all right, you definitely deserve a prize. How about I buy you a coffee next time? This not only shows that you're invested in the interaction, but also gives you an opportunity to make future plans. And don't shy away from incorporating humor. If you're challenging them to a game, you might say, loser has to sing a karaoke song of the winner's choice. This adds an element of fun and gives you both something to look forward to. It's lighthearted challenges like these that create shared experiences and memories, making your connection feel more special. Another great idea is to use social media as a playful battleground. You could challenge them to a fun photo contest on Instagram or TikTok where you both post your best silly faces or most creative poses. This not only allows you to showcase your personalities, but also engages your friends and followers, making it a social event. Consider saying something like, let's post our silliest selfies and let the world vote on who's the best. As you challenge each other, be sure to keep the atmosphere relaxed and enjoyable. If they seem hesitant or unsure, pivot to something else that might interest them. The key is to gauge their reactions and adapt accordingly. If they're competitive, lean into that energy. If they prefer a more laid-back vibe, suggest something light and fun, like a game of cards or board games. Also, sharing personal anecdotes about your own experiences with challenges can help build rapport. You might recount a funny story about a time you lost a bet and had to wear a silly costume in public. This not only provides entertainment, but also allows them to see your playful side. Don't forget to maintain eye contact and use positive body language throughout these interactions. Leaning in slightly while you challenge them shows that you're engaged and interested in their responses. Laughter and smiles are contagious, so make sure to celebrate the fun moments together. After a playful challenge, be sure to follow up with a compliment or a light-hearted tease about your next game. For instance, you could say, next time I'm definitely bringing my A game. This keeps the momentum going and builds excitement for your next interaction. Ultimately, the goal is to create a space where both of you can express yourselves freely and enjoy each other's company. By playfully challenging them, you're not just flirting, you're also creating a dynamic interaction that can lead to a deeper connection. So the next time you find yourself chatting with someone you're interested in, don't hesitate to throw in a playful challenge. It can transform a simple conversation into a fun and memorable experience that both of you will cherish. Tip 6 is all about using body language effectively. Now, body language can say a lot more than words sometimes, especially when it comes to flirting. It's important to remember that how you carry yourself and the signals you send can create a strong connection with someone. So let's dive into some ways to make your body language work for you. First off, maintaining eye contact is crucial. It shows that you're interested and engaged. When you look someone in the eyes, it creates a sense of intimacy. But don't overdo it. You want to strike a balance. Focus on maintaining good eye contact. This shows you're engaged and interested in what they have to say. It's all about creating that intimate space where both of you feel comfortable sharing. And now let's talk about the power of body language. You want to nod occasionally to show you're following along. A simple uh-huh or a smile at the right moment can reinforce that you're invested in the conversation. Not only does this encourage them to open up more, but it also builds rapport. Plus, it gives them the confidence to share their thoughts and feelings, which can lead to deeper conversations. And don't forget about the importance of responding thoughtfully. When they share something personal, try to reflect on it. For example, if they mention they love hiking, you might say, that sounds amazing. What's the best trail you've ever hiked? This not only shows you're listening, but also invites them to elaborate, keeping the conversation flowing seamlessly. Another great trick is to remember little details. If they mention their favorite band or a movie they love, bring it up later in the conversation. You could say something like, I saw that new movie you mentioned, and it was fantastic. This shows that you care about what they're saying and are genuinely interested in their life. Now, let's get a little interactive. If you're watching this video, I want you to drop a comment below about a time you felt really listened to. What did that person do that made you feel special? Sharing these experiences can help others understand the importance of attentiveness in flirting. Also, think about the moments when you felt ignored. How did that affect your interaction? Reflecting on these experiences can help you see how crucial it is to be present in your conversations. It's not just about flirting, it's about building connections that can lead to something deeper. Another tip is to mirror their emotions. If they're excitedly sharing a story, match that energy. If they're feeling a bit down, show empathy. This kind of emotional attunement can create a bond that feels genuine and sincere. It's all about creating a safe space for both of you to share and connect. You might also consider asking follow-up questions based on what they've shared. If they talk about, a recent trip, ask them what their favorite part was or if they have any funny travel stories. This not only shows that you're listening, but also keeps the dialogue lively and engaging. Remember, attentiveness goes both ways. If you're genuinely interested in the conversation, you'll naturally become more engaged. This can make the other person feel important, which is a fantastic way to flirt without being overbearing. As we wrap up this segment, think about the people in your life who really listen to you. What qualities do they have that make them good at it? Perhaps they're patient, curious, or just really good at asking the right questions. These are all traits you can embody to enhance your own attentiveness. So the next time you find yourself in a flirting situation, remember, being attentive is a game changer. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you make the other person feel. And if you can make them feel heard and appreciated, you're already on the right track to creating a meaningful connection. Now, if you found this tip helpful, let us know in the comments. Share your own experiences or any other tips you might have for being more attentive in conversations. And don't forget to stick around for more tips on flirting and building connections. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Tip 9, subtle touches. Now, this is an art form in itself. The right touch can create intimacy and connection, but it's all about context and how comfortable both of you are. Think of subtle touches like a light brush on the arm or a gentle nudge when you're laughing at a shared joke. These small gestures can say a lot without needing words. When you're in conversation, a light touch can convey warmth and interest. For instance, if they share a funny story or an interesting opinion, you might reach out to give their arm a playful tap. This not only shows you're engaged, but also helps to break down any barriers. However, always be mindful of personal space. Some people are more touch sensitive than others, so gauge their comfort level. If they lean in closer or reciprocate the touch, that's a good sign. And let's talk about the power of touch in different scenarios. When you're out at a cafe, maybe you could hand them a pastry or a napkin, letting your fingers brush against theirs. This can create a spark, an instant moment of connection that's both innocent and flirty. Or perhaps during a game night, if you're playfully competing, a light shove or bump can be both fun and flirty. It's all about creating those memorable moments. And speaking of memorable moments, have you ever noticed how certain touches can evoke vivid feelings? Like a gentle touch on the shoulder can feel incredibly supportive and reassuring, while a playful poke can bring about laughter. Use these touches strategically to enhance the mood. For example, if the conversation turns to a topic that makes them excited, a gentle squeeze on the shoulder can show that you're right there with them, sharing in that excitement. Now, let's discuss the timing of these touches. It's essential to read the room. If you're in a crowded space, it might be more appropriate to keep things light and casual. But in a more intimate setting, like a quiet corner of a bar or during a stroll in the park, you can be a bit bolder. Remember, the goal is to make the other person feel comfortable and valued. Also, don't underestimate the power of playful touches. If you're joking around, a light poke in the ribs or a playful tug on their sleeve can add a fun dynamic to your interaction. This kind of playful touch can help build chemistry and even foster a bit of competition, which can be a great way to flirt. Lastly, let's not forget about body language cues. If you notice that they are leaning towards you, making eye contact and mirroring your movements, those are excellent signs that they're open to more intimate gestures. When in doubt, allow your body language to guide you. If they pull away or seem hesitant, respect their space and adjust accordingly. Ultimately, the key to using subtle touches in flirting is to keep it light, fun, and respectful. Always pay attention to the other person's reactions and be willing to adapt. Flirting should feel natural, so let it flow without pressure. By creating a space where both of you feel at ease, you can build that connection effortlessly. So, as we wrap up this segment, remember that subtle touches can enhance your flirting game. They add a layer of intimacy and connection that words often can't convey. Just be sure to keep it playful and considerate, and you'll be well on your way to creating memorable interactions. And finally, tip 10, send a thoughtful text. This might seem simple, but it's a fantastic way to keep the connection alive after your initial conversation. A thoughtful message can really brighten someone's day and show that you care. Imagine this. You're chatting with someone who mentioned their love for a particular band or a recent movie they enjoyed. Later, when you come across a song or a clip related to that, sending a quick text like, "Hey, I just heard that new song by band name and thought of you," can spark joy and remind them of your connection. It's a sweet gesture. that shows you are listening and you value their interest. Now, let's talk about timing. Sending a thoughtful text right after a fun conversation is perfect. It keeps the energy going. You might say something like, I had such a great time talking about, let's do it again soon. This not only reinforces the bond you're building, but also opens the door for future interactions. Visuals can also be a great way to enhance your texting game. If you come across a meme or a funny video that aligns with an inside joke you both share, don't hesitate to send it. A simple, "This reminded me of our chat," can elicit a laugh and maintain that lighthearted vibe. Another effective strategy is to ask a question in your text that invites a response. For example, what's the best part of your week so far? This not only shows that you're interested in their life, but also encourages them to share more, deepening your connection. Don't forget about the power of emojis. A well-placed smiley face or thumbs up can add warmth to your message. They help convey your tone and make the text feel more personal. Just use them sparingly. Too many can feel overwhelming. If you're feeling particularly inspired, why not send a voice note? Hearing your voice adds a personal touch that texting alone can't achieve. You might say something like, "Hey, just thought of you while I was out. Hope you're having a great day." It's casual, sweet, and shows you're thinking about them. Also consider sending texts that relate to upcoming events. If there's a concert or a local event you know they'd be interested in, drop them a note. I saw that haha band name is playing next week. Would you want to go together? It's a great way to suggest spending time together while also showing you're paying attention to their interests. Lastly, be genuine in your messaging. Authenticity shines through in your words. Instead of generic compliments, make it personal. Instead of saying, "You're awesome," try something like, "I really admire how passionate you are about this topic. It's inspiring." This level of detail can make your message stand out and feel more meaningful. So to wrap it up, thoughtful texts are a powerful tool in your flirting arsenal. They keep the momentum going, show genuine interest, and can help build a deeper connection. Remember, the goal is to keep it light, fun, and respectful. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own texting strategies in the comments below. Thanks for watching.